Alrighty, it's my first video here. Got an old little GoPro going, and I'm headed to the dump. And I figured I don't have a ton of time to be making videos and edits and stuff, so I'm going to try this drive time just ramble method out, just to get a video going and see where we go from here. But anyway, this is Papa's Tortillas YouTube channel, and I don't anticipate many people watching this, so I'm just gonna try and I don't have anything written down or any plan. I'm just trying to describe my ideas, just to get them out and get something going, just to post a video, just to, I don't know, you know what I mean, just get going. Anyway, so I don't even know where to start. I guess I was looking for tortillas, and I couldn't find any that didn't have like a bunch of preservatives and crazy stuff in them at the store, and so I googled how to make them, and it turns out it's relatively simple, and then I made some, and now I like making them. And I thought, if there's some, maybe, honestly I haven't sold one single tortilla yet, so I don't know how this is going to go, if it's going to work. I'm just very early in the process. I've made a sticker for a bag, and I gave some to some friends, and now my main goal is to get the first sale, to get the first person that I don't know to buy a tortilla. Well, I mean a package of tortillas. So that's like going to be a major milestone. And yeah, anyway, I don't really know what I'm saying, but this is for the YouTube channel, and then I got a Facebook page that we made. I have an older TikTok account that I made some videos on, and wasn't really about anything specific. It was literally just called like me doing stuff, because I try a million different things, and I just thought, hey, I want to make some, just get used to making some videos. So I'm going to try and rebrand that, and then the other ones are all fresh. Like, I don't even have one single follower on Instagram or Facebook, or I made a Snapchat, and so this will be the YouTube. My goal is kind of to do like a documentary style video, not documentary, but like just straight raw videos like this for YouTube, with like, I don't know, just behind the scenes style, just me talking and trying to just document basically me trying to figure it all out. Like, I wish I had videos of the first time I bought a bigger pan to make the tortillas. I wish I had a video of when I asked my wife to buy the rolling pin, but not an expensive one, because I didn't know if I was even gonna do it, so she just got like the cheapest one at Hannaford. And I wish I got a video of the first round that I made that came out more like pita pocket type bread. Anyway, so with all that being said, I haven't sold a single tortilla yet, but I have made a bunch of batches, and I wish I had all that documented sort of like this, just to have video. Not to think that like people are going to be totally engaged with this, but there's more so just like a long-term set of documentation of how it all goes. Maybe it doesn't go well, maybe it does go well, but either way, that's what I'm saying. This is kind of what you're signing up for on YouTube. I'd love to have the time to make some other good videos, but at this point, between work and home and children and just regular life, and trying to get people to buy tortillas now, the like highly edited type of style videos I'm not going to have really time to do that at the moment. However, yeah, like I said, so Instagram's going to be just like regular Instagram pictures and whatnot. I'm going to try and use Facebook as like my local marketing to get people to actually buy the tortillas that live near me. So I'm obviously not going to be like starting to ship tortillas at this point. I just want to like, I've seen a bunch of videos on TikTok of people doing home micro bakeries where they're making like sourdough bread and different biscuits and all that, and that seems pretty cool. But I just don't have, the tortillas are kind of a quick process. You make the dough, let it rest for half an hour, and roll it out and grill it up. Like, you don't have to, it's not like fermentation where you're waiting for dough to rise and yeast to eat sugars. I'm just, you know, mixing also I've seen some people in my hometown here doing that, but not with tortillas. And I looked up, and I don't know. Maybe I'm just not seeing it, or maybe I'm naive to think like. And then, well, I guess I went into the grocery store and saw like 2 8-packs of tortillas for $4. And like, oh yeah, it's gonna be hard to compete on price. But my goal is to use like as local as possible products, and then if not local, just like as high quality as you can get. Organic, you know, if possibly grass-fed butter, which is all super expensive stuff. So it's literally just flour, butter, salt, and water. So if I could get into, there are some, like I'm in New Hampshire, so New England-based grain producers that also sell flour, and if I could find a relatively local organic flour, which I think there's a company called Maine Grains that makes an all-purpose organic flour, but it's pretty expensive. I haven't, and there's nowhere. If I could just buy it at the store, I would get it, but you've got to order it online, and that's cool. But I just haven't done that yet. And then there's local butter that you can get. But anyway, so I'm trying to figure that out. Right now, I've just bought the best. I got Bob's Red Mill organic all-purpose flour at the local grocery store, and just whatever the best organic butter I can get, and then sea salt and water. They've come out really good, and I think my goal here is to just kind of like go the local organic handcrafted route. I know it's kind of played out, but I think it's also not quite like people who, I mean, I like tacos and tortillas, and I like burritos, and I like quesadillas, and I just haven't found anywhere around me that has this kind of quality tortilla. And I think there's a lot of people that live here. I think that even if a small amount of people like it, it'd be worth starting. I've got so many ideas to go from here, and I've kind of done a lot of different things, and so anybody that sees this that knows me might be like, oh Jesus, this is another thing that he's doing. And anyway, my last thing was a handyman business. I had been in property maintenance for a while, and my wife and I owned a house for a few years, so I accumulated a lot of tools. My dad has a ton of tools, so like anything I needed, I pretty much knew how to do a lot of things a little bit, and so I started a little handyman business, and it went pretty well. I mean, like, people are still calling my number, and the problem definitely wasn't like lack of work. There's a lot of people looking for stuff done, but I got bogged down with the paperwork and trying to do it all, organize tools, and then do the work, and everything just became a mess, mentally and physically. Still trying to get my life sorted out. So, and there's nothing really scalable about it to me in my mind. Like, I know that you could probably get other people working for you, buy more tools, buy more vans, like all of that seemed like way more than I ever wanted to take on, liability wise and insurance wise. I didn't even like going to people's houses that much, second homeowners or primary residents. Like, there was nothing. I thought maybe by doing it for a year I would find something that I enjoyed, kind of just pick that route. But every little job that I got, I was like, I just don't even want to be here. Sorry, I'm coming to the dump. Alright, anyway, so I think I was talking about my handyman business, but yeah, so I'm not doing that anymore, and I mean, I still do some odd jobs if something comes up for certain people, but as far as like marketing, I try to take down all the website and Facebook and all that. I just got way overwhelmed with people trying to call me and ask me to do things, especially things that I wasn't comfortable doing in the first place, and then they act like because you're the only one that answers the phone that you have to do it. I'm like, I don't, no thank you. Anyway, so I ended up going back to working in a restaurant. I currently are back to waiting tables, which is far from anything that I want to do long term, but I've done it for so long that it was just something that was easy to get back into and pay the bills basically at this point. But I was kind of doing that at the same time as the handyman thing, half and half, just so I had like definite money, so I didn't have to like overstretch stretch and take on jobs I didn't want to do. So because I always had like a few shifts at the restaurant that I could be like, all right, well if I don't do anything this week, I can at least have some money, which was nice. But then it started taking off to a point where I could just do mostly handyman stuff. I just didn't like it. Just nothing about the day was. There was a couple of jobs that I enjoyed, but most of the time was just anxiety of how am I going to get this done? How am I going to charge for it? Charge hourly, but then if you charge hourly, there's so many things involved with it that it just wasn't anything I even wanted to get good at or figure out. So I just basically shut that off and went back to the restaurant. And now it's sort of like for a while with the handyman thing, I was like, oh, okay, well, I don't have to be in the it's not, the restaurant's just to get me going. And then once I started going and realized, oh no, I'm back at the restaurant, my whole mental health is sort of like, I need to figure something else out, because, and there's been a few things since then that I'm like, all right, that's what we're going to do. And I kind of got motivated and positive, and then it fell through, and now I'm back to like struggling through the mental mud. And anyway, so I can't think about that too much. I'll get like, ugh, but I'm feeling like this tortilla situation is a lot of everything, like accumulation of a lot of things that I enjoy, and it's simple. I can see it being scalable. I start with a rolling pin and a pan, and I actually just bought a flat top grill off the Facebook Marketplace. Another thing I wish I had on video, it's like a $50 round griddle thing that's perfect for making tortillas. Anyway, yeah, so I think that I can see, you know, it's just a couple simple ingredients. It's nothing wild. I can get a recipe down. I mean, I already have it down, the one that I like. And, you know, if you're talking about scaling a handyman property maintenance business, you got to like have people out there that are skilled at doing things. If I were to get to a point where I hired someone to make these tortillas, it's just a recipe and it's just a process. It's very, you can write it down. I can see it scaling with equipment, with mixer, with a dough rounder, with a divider, you know, a lot, a press, bigger grill, and it all seems reasonable to me. If any other business or idea that I've had, I've kind of just gone and started, but then thought if it all went perfect and it just kept scaling and everything was like amazing and kept going bigger, I was like, even at that, it's just not anything I wanted to be involved with. But making like a fresh local tortilla, I don't have to be a chef, I don't have to be making a ton of different baked goods or a million different recipes. It can just be like a collaborative brand that I can like, there's already a bunch of people that I know that are good at making food. Like I can see, it's hard to put into words, but I can see, you're just like the tasty little food blanket that is like part of the equation of a delicious meal. And I think there's a spot in there for almost more marketability. You don't have to even start by selling a billion tortillas. It can be more of a brand. I don't know, there's so much going on social media, so much happening, that I think there is room for a high-end tortilla. Like, obviously everybody's going to always buy the cheap like tortillas, and you're never going to be able to make enough to compete with like a large brand that ships them all over. But I think I can see, and also back to the handyman being able to do things and make things, another goal that I have with this, again, if you're still listening, thank you, but anyway, here we go, more rambles. I can see, I've been wanting for the last few years to make a methane biodigester. I never really had a reason why I needed that or wanted it, so I haven't really prioritized it. It's just like a big container with a few pipes in it, and you put in food waste and cow manure and the microbes. It's basically like a cow's stomach. It breaks down the food into methane gas and like a fertilizer liquid. And I've never really had a reason to be generating methane, and I don't really garden a whole lot, so that it just seemed like a lot to get into to not need really either fertilizer at the moment or methane. But if I could, another thing I'm thinking alongside of this tortilla situation is I have a lot of the supplies already. I've been collecting them to make the digester. So if I made the digester, I could use the methane to cook the tortillas, and then I could also sell the fertilizer as another product in order to make this whole situation more viable as like a local, I don't know, economy slash food integration. I don't know. I see a lot. I have a lot of ideas. I don't have a ton of time, and I have literally zero money. So it's gonna be patience and time mixed with, I don't know, hard work and sacrifice. I can see to get this going, but I really think there's something there. I really do. I don't know. I can't. There's nothing that I've thought recently like, oh wow, this is an idea that's worth exploring. I mean, I get all the YouTube and TikTok videos of how to make money quick, automation agencies, marketing, all this stuff. But realistically, I've been in the service business a lot for many different types of it too, and I just don't want to be a consultant to a degree. I don't know, I get like hives thinking about every time I apply to like a normal job, like some sort of corporate situation. I did it for a couple of years at a bigger local company. I get like, my throat almost starts closing up with the idea. So if I get one last chance from the universe to start something and make it happen, I think this is I don't know, I've got optimism with this like I haven't had with anything else really. Just trying to think. It's, yeah, and I can see a future with it. I can see it scaling. It's just getting going. Like even setting up social media accounts, getting them all connected, doing like a link tree where all the links go, like a cohesive look for a brand is taking so much more time than you think it should take. Made a new Gmail account. I'm trying to just like get it all together so that I can do a video real quick and just post it and just keep going with what it is. I don't know. We're gonna see, but I guess it's enough rambling for now. My camera's about to run out of batteries. I don't even know if I'm gonna post this, but if you made it this far through this, I appreciate you big time. And yeah, let me know, I guess, if you watched this. I would love to know, and I appreciate your time and hope you have an awesome day. Hell yeah, till the next time.